Oh, how I love it when two worlds collide, as I often talk about here on the channel in terms of the world of watches and the world of cars. But when it comes to these two overlapping, there is perhaps no finer example than what we're going to be taking a look at today, which is to unbox and demonstrate my Senturion watch. Now, the watch within this box, which is one of only 30 pieces, and it's actually bespoke in this case, is quite literally the key to my car. It is the key to my Mercedes-Benz SLS Black Series, and today I'm going to show you the watch in detail and demonstrate how it all works. Now, the SLS Black Series has been one of my pride and joys since I bought it around 2.5 years ago, despite the fact that the values have quickly appreciated and it's now verging on being a $1 million car. I've driven it from having 6,500 miles to over 20,000 miles. It will never be departing from my collection. It is a car I enjoy an awful lot, and it sounds fabulous. Now, we're perhaps all familiar with the traditional key fobs for a car like this. Your typical Mercedes-Benz key from this era, a few buttons on the front to lock, unlock, to pop open the boot, the trunk, and also to be within your pocket so that you can remotely press the start button on the central console to fire up the V8. But with this watch, you no longer need that. You can leave that at home, put it in the safe, whatever you would like to do, because this replaces it. Now, previously I had a Centurion luxury wristwear piece, which was the key to my McLaren 675 LT Spider. I do in fact still have that, but having bought this car 2.5 years ago, shortly thereafter, Centurion introduced the new Senturion watch. They have a few different models and designs and colors. This, as I said, is the SW-C1 with some very bespoke elements to match with my particular SLS. So let's get to this. Let's open up the box. On the top of both the upper lid and also the box within, you have the gold Centurion S logo. Let's pull this out so that we can start exploring it in detail. It's finished with a carbon fiber style effect on the box because the watch very much represents the materials that are actually used on the car itself as well. But to open this up, here we have it, my Centurion key watch. The SW-C1, as I said, presented in this large-scale watch. You have you have a passport holder up top, you have the plaque just in the back, and then you have the watch itself on the cushion placed right in the center of the base. I'm going to close this up because I want to show you this watch in detail. It's very different to other watches that I own, but as I said, the materials and the colors are fascinating. We have a titanium case finished with the carbon fiber over the top, as you have carbon fiber on the car itself as well. Within the dial, you have the rose gold accents, which actually represent and match with the brake calipers on my car with the carbon ceramic brakes for the hands, for the dial markers, and for the internal dials for the chronograph as well, operated with the two pushers either side of the crown. But the standout element here that you have immediately noticed is the red button, the signature Centurion red button, because that is your control for the functionality of the car that I will show you in just a moment. The strap in this case is in the navy blue polyurethane, which is actually to match the mystic blue paint of the car, because I actually resprayed the car upon taking delivery of it. It was originally Himalaya grey, but I love blue cars, hence painted it in the mystic blue. It's quite a large watch, 46 millimeters. It has a 48-hour power reserve. The control and operation for the key fob actually operates independently of the power reserve for the watch, so do not fear, it is not going to go dead on you. You have some adjustment in the rear. Obviously with this navy blue, you can pop it open and open it from each side to help slide it on, to change and to latch it back on, to close it back up, which gives you that, I guess, manual kind of feel. The crown and everything you touch is very solid, is very heavy duty. It weighs 138 grams, so certainly on the heavier end of these watches, as it is on the size, being 46 millimeters when compared to some of the other watches that I own. But I think the big fun of this is how you have this mixture of the world of luxury watches with the world of cars and the technology that this can literally replace the key. If that's on your wrist, you don't need to have that on you at all. You can leave that away. No need to have a key fob in your pocket. Now, to pop this onto my wrist before we go and do a little bit of a demo of it, as you can see, it is this larger size. Just going to fold and tuck the strap through the bands that you have on the back of them. The two there, one with the S, one with the Senturion text. Senturion text also on the clasp. You can see it's a fairly large piece, but this is obviously the style. There are a few different designs and styles available from Senturion for their watches. But I know that you're all waiting to see, how does this work? And this is where that red button comes into duty. So the car is currently locked, and it's easy to tell on the SLS because, well, the lights are off, but also the door handles on the gull-wing doors are flush with the bodywork. When it's unlocked, they actually protrude out of the side. All you do is press the button once, and as you will see, the car unlocks. The lights illuminate, the indicators blink, the handles pop out. That's simple for unlocking. To lock it is a double press, so press that twice, the car will lock itself, blinks, lets us know, and the handles pop in. It's that simple. As you walk up to the car, this car doesn't have keyless, I should add, so you can't just walk up and open the handles. It's a little bit before that generation. You can also press and hold the button, and as you might have heard, that actually pops open the boot, the trunk, so we have effectively had one button replicate the functionality of the 3 buttons that you find on the regular key. But the big question is, what about starting it? And I think that's what I need to go and give you a quick demonstration of right now. So bear with me as I head over here. I should probably just close the boot, which I, as I said, have just opened. So we'll shut that back down. We're currently unlocked, but just as I stand next to the car, double press, it locks itself, and you also get a light notifying you, an indicator of that, actually just beside the button on the watch. Press the button, it unlocks, and then you have the doors that do this, those gull wing doors on the fabulous SLS AMG Black Series. This is a car, well, the SLS itself, the regular model, was a dream car of mine for many years. I came close to purchasing one back in 2012 when it was a £90,000 car, a little bit out of my price range at the time, but this then launched in 2013 as the ultimate halo product from AMG, incorporating the SLS GT3, the successful race-winning race car elements into the road car, wider, better suspension setup, more motorsport-inspired engine, and an engine that, with the modifications I have, including the Rentec R1 package, sounds unreal, as I'm about to demonstrate. Now, one of the fun things with the SLS is that you can basically sit on the door sill. So I'm going to put my foot on the brake. I'm going to have to bring the watch within the car. The key fob is still over there on the table, and no, I do not have a second one on me. And if I press the start button, take a listen to this. That V8 roars into life. It sounds fabulous, and as I said, that is all you need. And then you have this. Ready to go and enjoy. In fact, for the moment, I'm just going to switch it off. Step out from under the gull-wing door, the theatre. When it comes to cars like this, it is all about theatre. Close the doors, double press, door handles will pop in. I don't think the door had properly closed. Double press the lock button, door handles pop in, walk away from the car, and that is it. Job done, left the car parked as you need it to be. I think as a mixture, as I said, of luxury watches, technology, and cars, this is a pretty cool crossover. This is a pretty special piece to be able to do that. And I've had it for 2 years or so. I do have the keys as well because I have some employees here at the garage who need to move the cars around. And of course, this lives at my home, but I also do use it when I'm out driving with the SLS as well. So it's a wonderful thing to have. And like I said, I've known the guys from Senturion for quite a long time. I think it's really fun what they do. Some amazing clients as well that I've met who have some of their timepieces. I'm just going to pop it back here safely in the box for the time being. But how cool is it that that watch is the key to my SLS Black Series?